All right, what is up, everybody? Coming back at you with another video on the channel today. And today we have the most controversial knife of 2023 in our hands. Yeah, kinda, sorta, maybe. No, this is the Liong Field Duty 3.5. So this has a lot of things going on with it, and what I'm going to try to do here is push all those things aside. I'll touch on them briefly, but I'm going to try to push all those things aside and focus on the knife itself. I'm here for the knives, not the knife politics. So we're going to leave all that at the door and talk about the knife itself. Real quick, we'll go through everything that's happened here. First off, you had a 14 to 16 month pre-order window time, which is insane. Another reason I don't do pre-orders. I've never done a pre-order, never will. I've gotten pretty much every knife I've ever wanted on the drop or on the secondary, whatever. Took forever. I guess he didn't have a lot of communication in that time period. It's funny because the CKF Evo 2.0, 3.0s normally take that long too, and you don't see a ton of complaints. But anyways, way too long. Made by Riot. I guess he had some issues in manufacturing. Anyways, the knives finally got to people, and I feel like once he got them, he rushed them out. And knives from Riot come sealed. Well, people were having detent issues, major detent issues. Some knives had basically no detent. They could almost free fall out. So a very popular knife YouTuber named Neves Knives made a video on it, pretty much told the truth. His detent sucked. Liong came out with an Instagram post, called him all sorts of names, said he sounded like a raving crackhead, all this stuff. Called it a hit piece. Neves Knives responded. That caused the whole stir up. And he later retracted that. I think he apologized. He offered to send the knives back to Riot to fix the detent. And that's where we're at. So these knives dropped at retailers sometime around 4/19, 4/20 of 2023, April 20th. They dropped maybe a week before that, I don't know, in April of 2023. They dropped at retailers. Very limited numbers, like mine is 107 of 125, and they have not sold out anywhere that I've seen. And if he would have fixed the QC issues from the get-go, this knife would have been a home run. It still is a home run, since I got one that doesn't have any issues. But let's get into what you get. First off, very nice pouch to start with. He did include some extras since the pre-order was so long. That nice material inside there. A nice microfiber cloth. Looks like a nice one. You got a cool patch that matches your knife, where mine's the gold carbon fiber. That's cool. His card. And then this one he threw in, he said, because of the weight. And this is something cool I've never seen before. A titanium, see, it's a magnet, titanium COA. Pretty cool, huh? You can see here, Field Duty, or rough wash, S90V, titanium gold carbon fiber, 107 of 125. So that's cool, a little something extra. So let's get into the knife. And here it is, guys. This is the knife. Obviously, I got the gold camo fat carbon. Very sexy. There were some options here, and there were some price differences. So at the retail sites, they started out at $425. You could get burlap micarta, stonewash blade, green micarta, stonewash blade. Then you moved up into dark matter fat carbon, just black dark matter with a belt satin blade. Then you had this option with a hand satin, and you had cross-cut Arctic Storm with hand satin. I was debating between the 3 carbon fibers. Ended up going with this one. I'm just kind of a bronze slash black knife kind of guy. If you look at my collection, not a ton of crazy colors. You get some purple hues here and there, a little bit of Timascus every once in a while, but never too crazy with my colors. So anyways, this is the one I ended up with, and once I got it in hand, very happy with my decision. Now, first thing, let's get into it. What everyone wants to hear. My detent was great. It was freaking spectacular. In fact, it was so good, I took the knife apart and lightened it a little bit. I took some tension off the lock bar. It was so good. And I like a stouter detent. But I mean, now the thumb flick, oh, talk about satisfying. But guys, I'm a reverse flicker. I'm a flicker. Oh, God. Oh, yes. Just, yes. Fucking fantastic. Detent, it's so good, guys. I saw another gentleman posted a video with the same exact design, said he had a very strong detent as well. And I was kind of like, well, maybe I'll get that one and I'll get lucky with the detent. I don't know if I got lucky. I feel like before he sent these to retailers, he had them all QC'd. He may have sent them all back to Riot. He may have QC'd them. I don't know what he did. But mostly what I've seen, people that have gotten them from the retailers are having very good experiences. So detent, money. Like I said, it was literally too strong. I had to lighten it up a little bit. Now, I just took the tiniest bit of pressure off, but now I think it's perfect. The front flipper is getting there. The thing with Riot knives, in my experience, the detent as the knife breaks in lightens up just the tiniest bit. I don't know exactly why. That's just my experience. I may be imagining that. Maybe I get used to it. But anyways, so I did disassemble this, lighten the lock bar. Very cool design. You've got these skeletonized liners. Obviously your scales sit over that. Then these bolsters have a screw on the inside and they completely remove. So I may end up sending these bolsters in to River's Edge and having them blasting them and maybe re-anodizing or Cerakoting them a cool color. Like some kind of a black might look cool. This backspacer, oh, sexy. I love a nice backspacer. I'm a backspacer guy, let me tell you. Wraps all the way around, my favorite. It's got that divot there so you can tell if you're centered or not very easily. Titanium backspacer. Everything in this knife is titanium, S90V, or carbon fiber. Magnet sticks to absolutely nothing down here. Sticks to the pivot, so your pivot still obviously sticks to the blade. But everything else, all your hardware, clip, everything, titanium. So you've got the components there. S90V blade still. I love some S90V. Can't go wrong there. See, you got a really, it's a great detent. It really is. So yeah, now the fit and finish is pretty solid here from Riot. I do feel like they were probably rushing there near the end. Ergonomics, right quick, amazing. I have big ham hands. This is obviously a 3.5 inch blade, 8 inch overall, which is the perfect knife size in my opinion for everyday carry, for anything. Perfect size. I'll go down to 7.5 for knives I really like, like the new Sharp by Design here. Barely fits, but still quite comfortable. But this, in my opinion, is perfect. And I am a big fan of a finger choil. So you've got a very generous finger choil here, but normal grip, no problem. Jimping, very functional here, works well. You can move it on up. Finger choil, super, super comfortable. Ergos are fantastic. They really are. Pocket clip, not a hot spot at all. You do feel it, but there's no sharp edges. It's just kind of there. Tucks into the palm well. You've got his ceramic ball he loves to do on his pocket clips, and it is a flush deep carry. Action, obviously you've got ceramic bearings from Riot, and like I said, I did disassemble it, lube it up, wipe it down. tune it up just a little bit. And you can see this action is oh so close to drop shut. I'm sure it will be there in a week or so. But right now it'll drop, and then one shake pretty much will get it there. You can go all the way down to the bottom, and it's still got plenty of detent. Go up to the top, a lot of detent. I'm flicking right in the middle here, somewhere like that, giving me a really good feel. Like I said, titanium inset liners. Now, no lock bar insert, which really not a huge deal. The Love Concepts AV&T titanium liners, no lock bar insert. Riot's starting to do that. I think they're offering that as like a cost-cutting option. I don't know. He said he didn't want to make the knife any thicker, but it's already quite thick. But it feels really good in hand. I'm going to pull out another Riot made knife here, the Renegade Provisions Code GOM. It's quite thick as well, with a nice finger choil, but I love the ergos on a fatter knife like this, and I'm a sucker for a good finger choil and a nice backspacer. Doesn't take much to please me, you know. But yeah, this hand satin blade, beautifully done by Riot, of course. Very cool triangle pivot. I think he's done these before. Obviously, this gold camo fat carbon is sweet. We've also got bronze anodized screws on the bottom as well. Another complaint was the lock bar access here, and it is not great. Kind of non-existent. It is chamfered in on the lock bar, and I'm not having a big problem getting up in there. I did have a tiny little bit of lock stick, and I made sure not to get any oil on my lock bar, so the Sharpie trick has solved that. I've had a bunch of Medfords, and I've dealt with some lock stick. I just do the Sharpie trick. You do it for about a week, it goes away, never worry about it again. So that's that. Yeah, overall, guys, I am very pleased with this knife. If he would have delivered this first time around, this knife would be a lot of people's knife of the year. I guarantee it. A detent like this with these ergos, fit and finish is solid. Just a good looking knife. I'm loving the big blade hole there. The reverse flick's great. I'm having a lot of fun with the thumb flick. That big opening there, my thumb just, you can see it just slides into it. Boom. Front flipper, top flipper, I'm sorry. This is a top flipper. I'll pull out the GOM again. That's a front flipper. That's a different motion than this. This is taking a little getting used to. You're definitely not getting a finger on it there. There we go. It is with, like I said, with that stronger detent, it's a little harder to get. I'm not a huge top flipper guy. I do like a front flipper if I have another mode of opening. I'm not a front flipper only type of guy. I'm a fidgeter, and I like multiple deployment, kind of my thing. But yeah, guys, I'm thoroughly satisfied with this thing. Great action, great detent, great fit and finish, no play anywhere, solid as a rock. Came pretty sharp as well. Oh, River's Edge sent me the swag too. Got me a full notepad, a freaking avocado pen, heckin' yeah. Oh, and I asked them, because I was wary on the detent, I asked them to QC check this knife for me for a week detent specifically. I'll show you here. I said, can you please QC check the knife for a week detent? The stronger, the better. He said, I opened the bag and checked for you. Seems good. Thanks, Brian. River's Edge cutlery is awesome, guys. DLT is awesome as well, but I don't know. River's Edge, you get a little bit more of that personal level. I bought a Tactile Knife Co. Rockwall from them, and I had an issue where my liner had a screw in it, and it was missing when I got the knife. And I didn't get any response from Tactile Knife Co. for about a week, and I emailed them. I was like, hey, I bought this knife from you guys. Can you help me out here? And Brian personally called whoever he knows at Tactile Knife Co. and had them send me a new knife with a return label for the old one. I've also got a knife Cerakoted by them. My Vero Engineering Axon frame lock. This is a Sniper Gray, and they really killed this. I mean, this is top-notch work here. Anyway, I'm ranting, I'm raving. River's Edge is great. You see how sharp this knife is as well. Zero issues. Yeah, I mean, I'm not finding a lot to hate about this knife, you know. I'm digging it all around, guys. I don't love this bead blast on the bolsters. Nothing wrong with how they've done it, just I don't like it personally. Could possibly, like I said, take those off and have them blasted and anodized or something. I think that would be a cool look there. Anyways, this is getting long-winded, but I want to put this out here because this knife's got a lot of hate, and with the QC issues fixed, regardless of if you like Liong Ma or not, I could care less about him. I like knives, not people. It's a great knife, and people say, well, you're putting money in his pocket. No, these retailers have already bought these knives. Liong Ma's already got the money in his pocket. If no one buys them, they're going to sit there until River's Edge loses money because they got to sell it for a discount. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't really care about all that. I like the knife, and I really like this knife. So that's it, guys. That's the Liong Ma Field Duty 3.5. Yeah, if you were interested in this knife, I would recommend it. You can go through River's Edge, make sure having QC check that detent. I'm sure they'd be happy to do it to get rid of some of these things. Yeah, thoroughly impressed, guys. Loving this thing. Absolutely loving it. We'll see how that stands up over time. I appreciate you guys watching. Check out some of my other videos. Subscribe to the channel and come back for new knife content coming weekly. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day.